Unity has evolved its native 2D tools to help you develop faster and save time with these helpful tips. The first is 2D Pixel Perfect. Install the 2D Pixel Perfect package from the package manager. Open the package manager. Click on 2D Pixel Perfect. It's available within Unity registry. Select and install the package. It also have a samples. Let's import the samples as well. Close the package manager window. And open the sample scene from the 2D Pixel Perfect. I have opened the sample scene sprite render example and also changed the layout to tall to better view the sample scene. This is the Pixel Perfect camera and its settings. Selecting a hero sprite renderer. Select any sprite to view the sprite setting. And this is the sprite setting for the Pixel Perfect camera. Sprite mode is single and filter mode is at point no filter. This Pixel Perfect camera that ensures your pixel art remains crisp and clear at different resolutions, so you can avoid manual scaling of your art assets. And let's try a few different screen resolutions. That's it for the Pixel Perfect camera. The second is 2D PSD Importer. Open the package manager to install the 2D PSD Importer. Searching for PSD, select the package. For my case, I have already installed it, so I will be updating it. Click on Update. Closing this window. In the project window, search for PSB. PSB is basically a Photoshop big file format. These are all the PSB files. We can view the file in the system folder by clicking on Reveal in Finder. Here we have psb_character_night.psb file. We can open this file from within Unity by double clicking on it. On my system, it's opening a file in Affinity software. It's an alternate of Photoshop in Mac. Mainly we use PSD Importer package if you want to work with the Photoshop file assets, skipping exporting separate sprites and import a .psb file. A PSB file supports larger images than more common .psd file format, but its functionality is the same. This allows you to import multiple sprites from various layers and generate a sprite sheet or 2D character rig. And we can open a sprite editor by clicking here Sprite Editor. And from here we can modify and view different settings of the sprites. That's it for the PSD Importer. At number 3 we have tile maps. Use tile maps to create large grid-based worlds, including hexagonal and isometric versions, optimized for size and performance. In this tile map example, we have two grids component, dungeons and water. Take a look at the dungeon game object. It has these several components attached. When we select a tile map, here it shows a button to open a tile palette. And we will be docking this window. Next, I will be showing you how it is easy to modify the tile map level. From the tile palette, select the paint tool and the active tile map. And by just simply clicking on the grid, we can add more dungeons. Or we can click and drag to modify it. Now adding more dungeons. And now let's try the water. So you see how easy and cool it is to modify the tile maps. Quickly finalizing the level, and we will try to play it. And we can move around in the level. I think it's too narrow here, but the point is you get the basic idea. And that's it for the tile maps. And number 4, we have 2D skeleton. Create smooth 2D skeleton animation with rigging, tessellation, and bone creation. 2D IK simplifies animation, calculation, and how your 2D bones can reach their target destinations. In this example, I am showing you the fully rigged 2D character. And using these knobs, we can test the character target limits. And we can also create amazing animations. I will be testing a bit this character to see how different type of animations we can get. We can also click on the body part to view the actual sprite. And can change the color scheme in IK Manager 2D to differentiate different body parts. We can have different sorting layers, and from here we can change the layers. And we can also change the weight of the character. And that was it for the 2D skeleton. Next we have 2D lights. We can enhance the visuals with lights. Light feature easy to configure parameters like light colors, intensity, fall off, and blending effects. To add a new light, go to Game Objects, Light, 2D, and Freeform Light 2D. And these are the basic settings of the light. We can change the light color, modify intensity, and these knobs to change volume opacity, shadow intensity, and shadow volume intensity. And now I am trying few random settings. Lightings have ton of options. You can easily match the requirement of your project. I have selected this light bulb to try out other settings, and this light bulb have a light type of point. Take a look how intensity change the overall feel. Let's try a few other colors to change the feel. And I really like the inner and outer angle feature. Using these, you can create amazing lighting effects. And to make a bigger impact, we can change the lighting type. Selecting sprite, selecting freeform, and parametric, and point light. I will be keeping these light modifications. And let's play the game to see the difference and other lighting effects. Lighting and sounds are very important in success of any game. They play a very major role. And that's it for the lighting. And number 6, we have 2D sprite shape. 2D sprite shape gives you the freedom to create rich free-form 2D environment with a visual and intuitive workflow. It tiles the sprite along a shape's outline, automatically deforming and swapping them based on the outline angle. And that's how simple it is to edit the splines. And can use the outer knobs to twist the sprite. And this first knob to reposition the starting point. And this is the last point to match with your environment. And adding a new point is also very simple. Simply click anywhere on the line to create a new point and modify from there, creating a one more point. And we have 3 tangents more to add in the spline. Pressing Ctrl Z to reset and trying out the first one linear. You can also change the corner threshold. And can also change the position. It's a very useful tool to create shapes rapidly. How we can create a new shape? To create a new shape, go to Game Object, 2D Object, and Sprite Shape, and click on Open Shape. It's our new shape and we can modify it just like we did it before. Select your shape and in the Sprite Shape controller, click on Edit Spline. Can change the color from here. Finalizing the color and randomly deforming the shape. This is the first option, that is open shape, and we also have a closed shape. Creating a new point is also easy. Just click anywhere on the line to create a new point. To create a closed shape, go to Game Object, 2D Object, Sprite Shapes, and select Closed Shape. So this is the closed shape. In this shape, our line is connected. Editing the shape is same as we added the open shape. We can change the position of the dots, or we can create a new point by clicking anywhere on the line. The editing is just the same. And that's it for the 2D shapes. And next we have sprite sorting. Sort your sprites based on your preferred direction. This can be helpful if you have number of sprites within the same layer and sorting order. Imagine a card game where the individual card overlap a bit. Go to Edit and open the project setting and go to Graphics. Currently it's in the Universal Render Pipeline asset. We need to change it to a built-in render pipeline. For that, simply we will select None. And now we can see the camera settings with transparency, sort mode and axis. For the mode selection, we have 4 options. I will be selecting custom axis. For example, X0, Y1 and Z0 for the transparency sort axis to sort along the Y axis from top to bottom. And that was it for the sprite sorting. And next we have 2D shaders. If you need custom shaders, shader graph include 2 master nodes designed for 2D Sprite and Sprite Unlit. Create 2D shaders and enhance your 2D project visually. To create a 2D shader graph, open the menu, go to Shaders, and go to Universal Render Pipeline and select Sprite Lit Shader Graph. Select your newly created shader and click on Open Shader Editor. This is the graph editor to create or modify your shader. And now I will be showing you the few shaders that are used in this 2D sample project. This shader graphic folder have multiple shaders that are using for different purposes. This one is used for the lava wave, and this is for glow. Searching for a lava shader to show you a complete sample shader. Taking this window to the right to make some space, and we can zoom in and out. And from this list we can access the different properties of the shader. And you can modify these parameters to get your desired result. This is for changing the number of tiles. And this is to change the speed. And that's it for the 2D shaders. And the next topic is how we can avoid overdraw to improve the performance. First, we can observe the area in the scene view and we can identify the sprites. To observe the scene view, click here and select overdraw. Observe the scene carefully and look for the brighter areas. The brighter area will having a more overlapping. And you can also switch the type to tight in the import setting for each sprite, merge overlapping graphics in a single sprite whenever possible, and to try to disable sprites that could be in the background layer with no use in the game. This reduces the overdraw area and potentially overlap the neighboring sprites. That's it for it, and next we have Sprite Editor. Select the sprite and click on Sprite Editor. It will open the Sprite Editor window. Select the custom outline and click on Generate. By this, you can also consider defining a custom outline around each sprite using the 2D Sprite Editor to minimize the unused area. And for the bigger project, it definitely enhances the performance. I hope this video helps you. If you have any question, you can always ask me. Thank you for watching and I see you in the next.